Now then, here we are. Me at New Mutt. I've named Andy. Andy's one of my Patreon, and I've been out for a camp with him before. Top bloke, and we are out on an adventure in Scotland. Sunny Scotland. Look at that sunshine. And we are heading up what is meant to be a path, but really it's just turned into a stream because we've had an absolute ridiculous amount of water in the last few days. But I'm spitting here. Even with the harsh weather that we've had, we've got some even more harsh weather coming in. There's going to be sort of plenty of snow overnight, which we are ready to endure up on the top of Ben Narnain, I think it's called. It should be an epic one. So let's hope for plenty of snow, and hopefully we can get up there dry, pitched up, and ready to have a beer on top of a mountain. As soon as you hit them hills, that is it. Too warm.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you what, you're a unit, aren't you? Just leans against a tree and it falls over. Oh dear me. That is brilliant.
That's a bit wrong, isn't it?
Well, it's on camera, mate, so it's going in film. Luckily there's not much rain in there, like.
No.
Although you're not as bad as me, being a Yorkshireman. Strong in arm, thick in head. Got some weight in these backpacks as well. We're both carrying about 18 to 20 kilos, so there's a massive amount of weight in here, and obviously we're packed for winter, and that's why. Got some crampons. I've got a set of walking poles, just in case we sort of might need one for a bit of stability. What else? Loads of water, because I'm not sure there's much water on top, so that's another reason why I'm carrying that. And Andy's taking one for the team because he's packed 4 beers in for us as well, so cheers for that. Legend. And this is something you've got to be careful of. Don't leave stuff lying about in a tree. Very easy to lose your kit, and essential when you're coming up for a winter camp. Well, I've got a bead on, coming up the straightest of paths. I look on the map just to sort of assess this route before we set off, and this path is literally with a ruler straight up, and I sort of questioned that. I wondered why it would be like that, because natural way for humans is to sort of zigzag up things, but you can tell it's steep. On the way up there's been these sort of concrete blocks all the way along this stream. If you look here, you can just see the sort of remains of one, and I wonder whether it could have been some sort of pipeline or something from a spring taking some nice fresh water down for drinking in the town, or I don't know, maybe they did a bit of mining and it's just a way of getting some rocks down for building with. Who knows? I'll have to have a look when I get home. Out of the trees, look at that view. That is just amazing as soon as you can see. But we are heading up into the clag. There you can see we've got 1, 2 and a third one up there. I like questioning things. Look at that reflection, that is just beautiful. Mirroring the mountain range in the background. Awesome. Out in the mountains, my happy place. Alright?
Feel about a Tourette's coming on.
Yeah, what were you just saying about filming you and looking like you're in slow motion?
That's what it feels like I'm walking at.
Yeah. Well, in post-production, I can speed it up in editing. So
You'll need to.
make you look like you're walking at a normal speed.
People be like, Has it froze?
That's not a bad view, is it really? Exactly that. We just stopped at this sort of prominent looking rock here, making a decision whether to put some waterproofs on. It's only because though we're getting into cloud. It's a bit claggy, as you can see. It's just starting to lose a bit of visibility down there. So yeah, I think I'll give it a little bit more of a wonder before we get some waterproofs on, because this uphill, it's just relentless all the way. Don't let off for a second. So it's a hot walk, and obviously as soon as you put them waterproofs on, you just turn into a big sweat box. So ideally I don't have to put them on. Awesome, eh? Just absolutely awesome. Well, we've done the easy part, which was relentless and hard work, and now we've got to battle this, the steep section up to the top of whatever that says there, ULTRAHUMAN. Oh, he's like a cat. Look at that. Bloody hell, he's as graceful as Bluey's. My turn now. Let's have a look and see. I'm going to see if I can do it one-handed. It's just a steep staircase, that's all. In fact, I've probably, I shouldn't be saying this now, but I've probably fallen more downstairs at home than I have out in mountains. But that is definitely tempting fate by saying that. Sod's law and all. There we go. Alright, we're up the first section. We've got a little bit of snow on ground there, so it shows that the ground temperature is near freezing. So the snow that's forecast tonight, which is quite a lot really, hopefully we'll settle on this because it's already cold enough to take it, and then tomorrow will be serene. Absolutely beautiful. I am looking forward to that. What do you say? Okay, you talk. Yep. That's it. There we go. We're off. Well, current temperature is probably about freezing, I'd say. Definitely feeling it in my lugs. Gloves on, but still sweating underneath all this. But luckily that rain held off, so we're not wet from the outside in. Tough. Definitely tough going. Right, that's the first little pinnacle at 813 metres, and now it's a little bit of a dip down before we head up to the summit, where we're hopefully going to find somewhere to pitch a tent. It's quite eerily calm at the minute. There's like no wind to say we're high up, so yeah, it's definitely the calm before the storm. You know, like a good storm though, don't you? Hey, it is always good to heighten the senses. Oh yeah, look here, he's just pointing down here. We've got some grouse, white grouse in the winter colour to blend in with the snow. There you go. That's all there is up here though. And two other idiots, me and him. It looks like Mordor up there. That is gloomy. And obviously we need to get to the highest point, so up and over there somewhere. But it's a shame today is claggy, because obviously the views would be absolutely mega down there. So hopefully it'll clear up tomorrow and be able to see a little bit. Beautiful though, look at the line of rough rocks all the way up there. Yes. Andy's just chilling, taking a photo, I think, of pretty much nothing. Come here, you. Come on, I have you. So steep one is this, climbing up through these little cracks and gullies. Whoa. It's a lot to push up when you've got a heavyweight backpack and one little skinny leg. I'm looking so graceful, like a ballerina dancing up here. But it's tough as that. And it continues.
That was a bit gnarly, wasn't it?
Yeah. So just sort of follow it, but you watch where you're putting your feet, so
okay.
Don't concentrate on camera. Look at that. That is just awesome, isn't it? Just hidden away in that clag. It just looks like some sort of film set off like Lord of the Rings, definitely. It's quite eerie really, isn't it?
Very, especially with this flag.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we don't run into any ghosts or trolls or anything that's mythical that might scare us in the night. I think the most dangerous thing up here, apart from 2 humans, is the 2 grouse. That's it. And obviously injury, hypothermia, those are the biggest ones really. So it's all about trying to keep ourselves as safe as possible whilst up at these altitudes in these winter conditions. But I've got my Zoleo, which is satellite communicator. He's got one too, and obviously 2 phones is better than 1. So yeah, safety in numbers really, it definitely does make a difference. And I'm usually out on my own, so to come out with someone else, I can almost relax off a little bit, just knowing I've got someone there that I totally trust, that's got my back. He says as he just slips off that mountain. Oh, this is cool, up through a bit of a gully. We were just saying though, this whole area, this massive sort of rock face here, just looks absolutely awesome with this snow. And now we're heading up through this. Extra care because it's a little slippy and it is just starting to snow, and it is forecast, and once it starts that could be it, a night of it. How's it going?
Getting there.
Getting there.
Not much further to go.
No. Well, weather's definitely turning, so before we get onto the summit we're being sensible, getting another layer or two on, just because obviously we need to pitch a tent in this. So whilst we're still warm, jackets on. This is it, exactly that, mate. This is what we're here for.
Worth the slog when you get this.
What a difference in conditions in just a few minutes from being down in the lower parts where it was fairly mild, it felt like, walking up that hill, to here where it's just Arctic conditions. The summit's just there, so we're going to go make sure that we've got to the top, sign off at Munro. Whew. There we are, completed. Done, mate.
No, I can't stop smiling.
Literal, like Arctic conditions now. Quite a strong wind coming through. That bit of snow in the air, like spindrift. It's a case of now not messing about, finding a place to pitch a tent somewhere in all this. It looks a bit rocky though.
How cool is this though?
Oh mate, it just, it's what it's all about. You feel great when you're up here, don't you?
I couldn't stop smiling coming up there.
Yeah. Well, the weather's definitely coming in now. Quite a strong breeze, and the snow is definitely in the air, ready to batter us for the night. Anyway, we've had a good scout round this whole Martian landscape, and we found a flat spot there which is quite grassy. There's not many spots, to be honest, because obviously you can see it's just loads of rock everywhere. So it's just a case of getting this tent up now, just to give ourselves a safe place to be out of this weather, and then we'll be happy. Down jackets on and a beer. Yes. There she is, all set up, and even with 2 people in weather like this, it's actually quite a challenge to get a big tent set up, but she sat there looking strong It is a strong look, is that, isn't it? But there's no sort of soil underneath all this. It's pretty much very rocky, so on every single peg we've put a rock just to hold her in position. Anyway, just in those few minutes, starting to get a bit of a covering of snow. You can see it on the tent. There's my backpack, and also just slightly damp on my legs, which I don't want. So let's get ourselves inside. Mat's blown up, ready to see what the evening has got to offer. Happy?
As happy as a piggy shit.
There you go, there you go. Right, let's get this door open. Oh. Give it a shake. We've got a mosquito net thing here as well, but I don't think we'll be needing that up here, will we? Right, we are in, and as you can probably hear, it's fairly windy out there, so we've had a bit of a spin drift coming in under the outer fly and then just covering some of our gear, so we've shut this to stop any coming in. This one's still open at this side because this is the sort of leeward side, so it's not as bad here. I've got my gear with the thing over the top there just to stop any snow getting in. Got a few beers sat waiting. Boots are down there. Down jacket on. He's got his rab bottoms on here and the mammut top, looking rather snug. I've actually kept my trousers on thus far because what I'm trying to do is let my body heat warm them up and dry them out, because I don't want to be putting wet trousers on in the morning. So I'm suffering now, knowing that in the morning it's going to be just a bit nicer with that. Although I do have my down boots on there, so feet are warm. Anyway, all is good, we're in, we're safe, and it's now just a case of wait till morning, which is probably like 14-16 hours, something like that. So we won't be getting out, I don't think, much, because the weather's obviously pretty dire. So what's going to keep us happy tonight? Don't drink, it's not good for you, but yeah, those beers, that is it. There we go.
What's the snow out there? It looks frosty.
Wait a second, just look at this. Drop your arm there, let me look inside his pocket, full of snow.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, mate, I'm gonna have to clean you, I think. Let me get.
That's brutal.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah. I'm just gonna wipe off the bulk of this sort of snow. 1 minute. It's absolutely wild out there. Andy just stepped out for a few minutes and he came back in and he were like a different man, a broken man he was. And now we are sat in here. We've got our trekker chairs, so I'm sat here against mine and then he's opposite way around that side there, so it's quite nice just sort of facing each other, and obviously we can have a chat and a beer. So we've got 4 beers between us and they're all different, so I just suggested let's share them. So he's got a cup I'll pour out half of this into there and then we can do a bit of beer tasting, can't we, really? Ah dear. What a night already.
Just what I wanted.
Well, that's it. It's making these memories, mate, isn't it?
Proper winter camp.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we came here for. We forecast it. So for once, the forecast has turned out exactly as it should. So hopefully it'll just get worse as the night goes on.
Yeah, we'll survive, mate.
Of course we will.
Right, here we are. Cheers, guys.
It's a good one.
Oh, it's nice, is that? Right, that first beer was
Didn't last
nice.
long. Didn't last long.
It didn't last long, no, we never half a can, but I always give that a 7 out of 10, mate. So now we are on this salt drip. What? Done Napa, 7%, thick, tropical. So let's try this one. Compare it to other. Not dissimilar, is it? Not much in it.
I want to
really.
say it's. What I'd like to say, it's a bit hoppy.
Yeah.
With some like chocolate-free undertones. But actually, it tastes exactly the same as the other one. To be honest,
There's not much in it.
not really. Is it?
This is a little bit more tropical. Yep, this is why we're here though. That's what it's all about. Getting outside,
Testing yourself.
testing your own cloth, testing the cloth of the tent and clothes, and just enjoying the process of it all, really. Yes, mate. Cheers again.
Cheers, help. Thanks very much. This is my top that I was going to put back on tomorrow. One.
It's cold. Dear. Right, here we are then. We are on beer number 3. I've not tried it yet, but I have shared the other half of this and put it in his cup. Toucan Tropic. Is it a double IPA, something like that? Anyway, this is a 6.7%. So I'm expecting this to be, well, it looks quite tropical, doesn't it? With sort of can there, pink and all that. You know what? It's less tropical than the last one, but not dissimilar again. There's 3 cans, 3 different companies, I think. And they're all pretty much the same, so anyway, they're quite drinkable, which is a good thing. There's no real difference from the other 2, so I think as far as beer reviews go, it's pretty much pointless talking to me and him about it. We don't drink much, but you know, we try to embrace the flavours when we have a beer. But as I say, it's not that often, and I can't tell really the difference between the last.
We're certainly not
3.
experts, are we?
All goes out same all, and I do enjoy them. So anyway, cheers. Gone out again for another toilet break and just making sure that all the pegs are in place, because it is an absolutely wild night. I'm not concerned, the tent is strong as you're going to get really, but it's still, you can see it's wanting to sort of press down. This inner is normally quite taut, but because of the outer being pressed down by the wind, it's allowing this just to sag a little bit. So definitely worth just checking and making sure that we're not going to get blown off this mountain. Yeah, it is awesome though. It's absolutely awesome being out in this. knowing that you're safe with all the right gear and all that, that's what it's all about. Hopefully we'll be right.
It's a bit fresh out there.
Brilliant. Oh man. So look at the state of this. Just all over his back, just covered, absolutely covered. Yep. Right, let me I'm gonna have to wipe him down again. I've got this cloth. This has been an absolute godsend tonight.
Do you use that other one?
No, this is fine.
Can I get his jacket off without you? Just put it in this corner.
Yeah, go on. If you take it off, shove it out there, and then I'll wipe up anything that's left on the floor on our mats.
You might have to just pull it off.
Oh dear, it's honestly just mental out there. Hold on then. That's it. You can see just at the side of his hat here, it's just stuck to art. Absolutely solid there.
Hey, it's all good fun.
Give me a cup. Starting to nearly froth over. Right, here we are then, the final can of the night. Life and Death Classic IPA, 6.5%. He just said it's very apt for us being up on a mountain, living life to the fullest, but just that little sneaking chance of death along the way. Anyway, have a taste of that. That is exactly the same as the first one.
Different label.
It's a different label, that's it. It's exactly the same drink. That's the same as the first one, that. Quite drinkable, I do like it. So, anyway, cheers again.
Cheers.
Out enjoying this absolutely mental night. The weather has been completely relentless. We've got one of the poles, it's this one here, it keeps sort of like falling in. What it is, it's the guy line seems to not be connecting properly, so the slider keeps actually sliding, and I think it's because it's full of water, like it's frozen up. So he went out and to sort of try to fix it, couldn't seem to sort it, but wasn't 100% sure of how it was working. So I'm gonna, when I need to get out and have a toilet break, I'll go out and just sort of double check and see what's going on. I mean, it's holding strong, but you know, we've got all night in this tent, so we need to make sure that it's working as it should. So holding solid ground and being a limpet on this mountain, keeping us safe and sound. So anyway, cheers again. Right, I am fully kitted up, waterproof bottoms on, boots on which are covered in snow. I've got my mitts ready to go, and I need to go out and try fix this tent because this pole is definitely bending in. So let's get out there. Hellfire, mate.
Plus a bit wet in it.
I know, don't, just leave it on a minute.
Leave the cloth on.
Holy bloody hell. That is absolutely insane out there. What a night. Yes, eh, mate? Absolutely is. Oh.
These are the trick. Hand warmers. Electronic hand warmers. Worth the weight in gold. Pop them in your, switch them on, pop them in your pockets. Warm as toast.
I might be stealing them in a minute. Oh man, I feel battered. Just been out there for like, I don't know, probably 10 minutes or so, just sort of being in it and appreciating the force of nature, but... Oh, I'll turn that off. So he's had one of those adventure foods, 600 calories. And then I worked out what my combination was. So I've got a Wayfarer one, which is about what did I say, 450 calories, but then this packet of good grain stuff that I put in it is also about 450 calories. So I've had 900 calories, he's had 600 calories, and he's a bigger fella than me. He's a bit more of a unit, so he's going to be losing weight tonight. I'm going to be putting it on. Good food though, tastes well.
Very good.
Well, that was a rough night. I don't know if you can see, but this side of the tent sort of collapsed. I think we've got a guy line out, which has meant that it's been pressing on me down in this corner for the last sort of few hours. So I've had a bit of hit and miss sleep. Andy's slept alright, I think. We are just now packing up our gear. You can see just pressing down on me here. Packing up our gear, and we're going to just get ourselves down to relative safety. It's bloody wild though, absolutely crazily wild. Right, we are absolutely packed up, ready to go. Backpack's the other side of mine. Andy's just been out for literally 2 minutes and his hands are freezing, and he had gloves on, so he's going to put a heavier weight glove on, and I am now gonna, oh wow, look at this. I'm gonna get out in it, let's do it. We need to get off this mountain. Do it, Mum. Straight with the crampons because it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Look at that.
That's savage, isn't
it? We've just had 10 minutes sat behind this rock, hiding out of the wind, to put our crampons on. So he's got his on there, I've got mine on, and we are now going to head off down through a very, very windy section, very exposed. As you can see, it's swirling around there. See what you're saying? Big ol'. Yeah. Brutal is the word of the day. We're still smiling. All about taking care though, being as safe as possible. We've just said slow all the way, staying quite close to each other as well, because it doesn't take much to lose them. You can't hear a thing up here. You're literally having to shout into his ear so he can hear what I'm saying. So it's really deep here. Whoa. All right. Well, currently we're just sort of sheltered by this ridge here. The wind's sort of blowing over the top of us. So it's actually nice just to be able to catch my breath again for a minute. I've just had a look at my watch. I'm recording this on Strava. And from where we set off, whoa, we've done 750 meters in distance and it's taken us 52 minutes. We did have to put our crampons on, so there's 10 minutes out of that, but that just shows you how slow going it is on all this. But it has been a blast. A literal wind blast. Dad jokes. Boom. What an absolutely epic adventure. I have thoroughly enjoyed every single minute of that. There was a lot of hard work. Obviously, getting to where you need to camp can be very hard, up some steeper inclines, but mainly putting your tent up in harsh weather, dropping your tent in harsh weather, and moisture control within a tent, because when you're in and out quite a lot, obviously you need to try and keep your gear dry, especially down gear, because you do not want it to lose its loft. So we just did what we could, helped each other, worked as a team, and I tell you what, it has been just brilliant. We actually camped just over the back of that. It has been challenging coming down, and obviously we're down to something that's almost safety now. We've just got another sort of mile or so back down into the valley bottom. Up there is the Cobbler, which I've camped on before, and that is an absolutely amazing place to be. So I'll probably head up there at some point soon again. Andy's just taking his crampons off, just because they're nagging him a little bit. I'm going to keep mine on because it's still pretty slippy. But anyway, what an adventure. It has been epic. So from me and Andy, who's just round there, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.